Calling the council of the whole committee for March 11, 2025, to order at 7 p.m. All members from council are present. All members from the administration are present, except for Chief Building Official Plaisman, Finance Director Carol Lane, will vote absent. If there's anyone recording this meeting as a courtesy to the public, please identify yourself so your fellow attendees know that they're being recorded. Seeing none, the city of East Lake is recording this meeting. The legislation proposed, we have legislation number 0311-01, resolution authorizing the Director of Finance to advance funds, with said funds to be advanced from fund number 101 general fund in the amount as listed into fund number 410 for permanent improvement fire levy fund and declaring emergency. Chief.
So if I'm not mistaken, we don't get to collect the taxes that come in our bank account won't happen until I think March or April or so start coming in. I know that we're paying for the fire engines out of that, so I'm sure this Carolina is looking to move funds in there until we start collecting on it, which normally does that.
Any questions for the chief? Seeing none, thank you. Move on to legislation number 03-11-02, resolution authorizing directing the mayor and director of finance to accept an energized community grant from NOPEC in a total amount of $41,913 and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that's a energy improvement grant that can be used for energy improvement items, energy efficiency, heating, lighting, stuff like that. That's all it can be used for.
Any questions, Senator? I have one question.
Yes.
You have an idea what you're planning to use it for?
Not at this time.
Okay, very good. All right, we'll move on to legislation number 03-11-03, the resolution authorizing directing the mayor and director of finance to accept a donation from NOPEC, the Community Event Sponsorship Program, in the total amount of $2,000 and declaring an emergency. Mr. Mayor?
That grant is for the concert series and the October Fest. Sponsor that.
Questions from the mayor? Seeing none, we'll move on to legislation number 03-11-04, resolution authorizing directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase a generator for the sewer pump station from Cummins Sales and Services quoted from the Sourcewell contract for a total of $33,252 and declaring emergency. Sure.
That is a generator that will power that pump station in case there's a general power failure.
Any questions for that? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll move on to legislation number 03-11-05, resolution authorizing directing the mayor and director of finance to proceed with the sale of the following properties listed under Exhibit A and declaring an emergency. Sure.
These two lots are we basically pay property taxes on them and mow the grass. They're no real use to the city. Building department says they are buildable lots. So,
Any questions for you, Ms. Conrad?
Yes, I do. So who are you selling them to?
we're going to notify the builders in the area and probably put them up on the for sale on real estate.
Do you know why they're valued at half of the price of the adjacent properties that?
We were going to the property tax values that's set by the county.
Right, the audit. Like I noticed it was 13,000, something like that, and then the adjacent properties are both 27,000.
Right.
So will it be reappraised before they're sold to the builders, or are you just going straight off of them?
Like I said, we'll offer the builders to see what we can get for them, printing that, and they might put them up on with a realtor, see what we can get and work for them.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions for them? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to legislation number 03-11-06, an ordinance amending section 939.263 sewer service charges of the ordinances of the city of Newburgh, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I was not given any information regarding this one, I'm sorry.
Mr. Merrick?
I don't know.
It appears from,
It came from WCC.
yeah, it appears from reading through, I read through it, that it just appears that we're updating the amounts we charge for penalties.
It's just that, in reading yours, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
It's just a penalty increase.
Yes. Our council clerk is offered to explain something. Ms. Moran?
We are just amending the ordinance to duplicate what Willoughby has sent us, so that our rates match theirs, since they're in control of what the rates are.
These are just, it appears that just penalty for, excess discharge is what the ordinance reads.
So the access discharges,
But
because
I
of the
think
type of
it's
discharge
like
for
this,
business.
not individual.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. Okay,
They do charge on penalties if they exceed a certain amount.
right.
Usually in the past, whenever there's a fight over commercial charges, we end up having to work through it a little bit.
Right. Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to legislation number 03-1107, a resolution authorizing expenditure in the amount not to exceed $92,000 for the purchase of one 2026 leased dump trailer from Pinnacle Trailer Sales Incorporated for use by the Willoughby Lake Water Pollution Control Center and declaring emergency. Right?
This is cost is split between us and Willoughby, for use for hauling waste materials out to the dump.
And I believe the councilman should touch on this before. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So none, the legislation pending, we have legislation number 02-25-04, in order to appropriate the expenses of the city of Newport, state of Ohio, for the period beginning January 1st, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency. This is on second reading, and this is the budget. We have anything else? Council as a whole committee meeting is adjourned at 7:08 p.m. Call the regular council meeting of March 11, 2025, order at 7:08 p.m. The council will discuss please lead us in the pledge of allegiance. Please call the roll.
Mr. Katrina. Here. Mr. Gully.
Here.
Ms. Kreniak.
Here.
Here. Mrs. Zelnit.
Here.
Mr. Semick.
Here.
Mr. Meyer.
Here. For a motion to approve the agenda for the regular council meeting of March 11, 2025. Is there a second? I'll second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Semick.
Yes.
Mr. Katrina.
Yes.
Mr. Gully.
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Zelnit.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the agenda is approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the finance committee meeting of February 25th, 2024?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Kreniak.
Yes.
Mr. Gully.
Yes.
Mr. Katrina.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Zelnit.
Yes.
Mr. Semick. Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the minutes are approved. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of February 25th, 2024? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Semick. Mr. Zelnit.
Yes.
Mr. Katrina.
Yes.
Mr. Gully.
Yes.
Ms. Kreniak.
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Meyer.
Yes, the motion is carried, the minutes are approved. Our next scheduled council as a whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025 at 7 p.m. with the regular council meeting immediately following the adjournment of the council as a whole committee meeting. Is there any committee reports? We'll move on to recognition of the public. The floor is now open for recognition of the public. I invite speakers and all of us to be directed to the chair. We will not involve personalities that are limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. We don't have anyone signed up to speak. Is there anyone who wishes to address council? Okay. All right, we'll move on to legislation proposed. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-01.
A resolution authorizing the Director of Finance to advance funds, with said funds to be advanced to Fund 101 General Fund in the amount as listed into Fund 410 Permit Improvement Fire Levy Fund and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading of reading people? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-02.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to accept an enterprise community grant from NOPAC in the total amount of $41,913 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading of reading people?
Move that.
We have a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman? Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-03.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to accept a donation from NOPAC to the Community Event Sponsorship Program in the total amount of $2,000 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule or second reading of reading people? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Shelman?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Shelman?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation 03-11-04.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to purchase a generator for the sewer pump station of Common Sales and Services quoted from the Sourcewell contract for a total of $33,252 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading of reading people?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-05.
A resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and director of finance to proceed with sale of the following properties listed under Exhibit A and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading to read people? So, the second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Ms. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt? So, is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Katrina?
Yes.
Mr. Sonic?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
No.
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Delman?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-06.
An ordinance amending section 939.26 B3 sewer service charges of the codified ordinances of the city of East Lake, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading to read people? Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Katrina? Stelman.
Yes.
Mr. Tenick.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Schmidt.
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak.
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis.
Yes.
Mr. Belli.
Yes.
Mr. Stelman.
Yes.
Mr. Tenick.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. Will the clerk please read legislation number 03-11-07?
A resolution authorizing an expenditure in an amount not to exceed $92,000 for the purchase of one 2026 East dump trailer from Pinnacle Trailer Sales Inc. for use by the Logan East Lake Water Pollution Control Center and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring second reading to read the title?
So moved.
Is there a second? The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stelman?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Tenick?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
The clerk please call the roll.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stelman?
Yes.
Mr. Katsounis?
Yes.
Mr. Belli?
Yes.
Ms. Kraniak?
Yes.
Mr. Tenick?
Yes.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, the motion is carried, the legislation is adopted. On the legislation pending, we have legislation number 02-25-04. This is the budget for the city of East Lake. Tonight it's on second reading. We have no unfinished business, we have no new business. We'll move on to our administrative reports. First report is from our Mayor and Safety Director, Jim Overstreet.
I do have a small report this time. We met with the Y about the operation of the pool and splash park. We're waiting on confirmation of what they'll be able to do for hours of operation and days of operation. And the pool and splash park should be open by the end of the school season for the summer. We're working on getting the community resource center at the Smart Land building in there and get it set up. Not quite sure when that'll happen, when they'll be operational, but that should be a good thing for the city. Other than that, that's my report. I'm looking for questions.
Any questions for that? All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry.
For the splash park, I know at one point they talked about putting fencing around it.
Yes,
Is that being done?
there will be fencing.
Okay. Can you repeat the last part of your report? I didn't catch it.
The Smart Land building, so they're opening a community resource center in that building.
And who would be, do you know who that would be?
There are numerous agencies in there that'll be, supplying healthcare, mental health, dental care, community resource like utility bill health.
Any other questions for the Mayor? All right, seeing none, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Move on to our fire chief, Ted Liddy.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, I think since the last time we met, the river did flush. So, we knew it was going to. Not much fanfare, we monitor like we normally do. I would like to say that I appreciate all the residents that live on the river. They're very diligent, they know what they're up against, during the different seasons. When I'm down there, a lot of them will show up and, that and make their own plans, and I think that helps us. And the less likely is that we get to get down there and have to do evacuation. So I do appreciate the fact that our residents are aware of what's going on down there. And you might have seen also, I failed to mention last meeting, we were able to do a lot of good ice training this year. The last several winters has been tough, so we can't get on the river or at the mouth to do our annual training. This year we actually did good ice. Lieutenant Cahill was in charge of our special operations group. Everybody in the department has to be able to do ice rescue training, so we get in our suits and we go in there and we'll simulate different events. And I know that Lieutenant Cahill actually got some media attention on that, and I got a lot of good feedback. So he deserves all the credit. We'll certainly put it together. And then just to keep everybody up to date, so I think I kind of alluded that I would be retiring here shortly. So the promotion process is moving right along. We expect that our promotional exams will begin April 4th. That'll be the written part of it. And then on the 14th, we'll start doing the assessment. So hopefully by the end of April, you'll have a new fire chief and new lieutenant. And then I talked to Kara, because I've created an opening, I'll also be given an entrance exam, so you might see that in the media. We're going to try to do a couple things different this year. We'll see help of the younger generation in our department. We will push it out through the different kinds of social media and stuff like that. So just so you might see some of that stuff. Other than that, we'll question.
Anyone have any questions for the chief? Seeing none, thank you, chief. Move on to our police chief, Michael Warner.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since the last time we had a council meeting, we have officially sworn in two new officers. The mayor swore them in Monday. One is still finishing the police academy, and the other will take the state test this week. I did tell you we were doing lateral transfers. We still have a couple days left to take applications, but currently we only have one possible viable candidate. Other than that, I've had discussion with the mayor regarding our current civil service list, which has 3 potential candidates left on it, none of which have the police academy. I'm not comfortable, I believe the mayor is also with just one that I've been sending 3 people to the police academy and putting that investment in unknowns. We talked about potentially sending 1 and investing in the best of those remaining 3. And then the plan from there would be to start over with the new civil service list and go from there. Gives the opportunity to hit the police academies that are in session also, and try to get some additional candidates that way. Other than that, everything else seems to be progressing well. I haven't gotten any word on the body cam grant yet. Hopefully it'll come by the end of the month. And other than that, if you have any questions, I will be out of town for the next council meeting, so I'll hold any questions for 2 weeks.
Anyone have any questions for chief? Seeing none, thank you, chief. Move on to our service director, Robert Lorenz.
Thank you, Mr. President. Looks like the winner's over, no guarantees on that, so, we're still waiting on the remainder of our salt deliveries that we have ordered. I'll be in contact with Morton Salt early next week to arrange those, hopefully. We're still in the salt shortage, situation, as we call it, but we presently are okay with the amount of salt that we have, if it does snow in the meantime. The roads themselves are dirty, they're messy. We have our street sweeper out right now, sweeping. We're in the process of getting the streets cleaned up and patched as well, with cold patch, but asphalt is open up. As far as that goes, we're doing what we can with what we have, but it's going to be a process. And then with the warm weather coming up, we're going to get out and start cleaning up the parks and leaves and everything else that's accumulated over the winter. Start addressing that and beautifying the parks. Hopefully it won't be long before we can use those. That's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions for the service director? Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. We'll move on to our city engineer, Brian Woj.
Thank you, Mr. President. I did speak with ODOT, as service director stated that asphalt plants should be opening up soon. With that, we're hoping for a more permanent fix on some of the potholes on the 91 project. I know the contractor and both Philby and the service departments are doing their best to try to keep up with that. Hopefully once the plant opens, that we'll have a more permanent fix for that. So that's all I have for my report. I'm available for questions.
Any questions for Mr. Woj? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to our other director, Randy Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. President, I have nothing to report.
All right. You want to have anything else? Good. All right. We adjourn at 7:45 p.m.